Hey guys, I'm John Maxwell, and this is Next Level Fishing and Camping. And today we're back in the shop shooting this episode, and we're bringing you a legend among lakes. We're talking about none other than the legendary Lake Fork. We got lots of facts, lots of information. But before we start talking about Lake Fork, I want to throw in a little note here, a little personal note real quick. When I first started this show, it was about getting information on the lake itself. Then after the initial report, maybe we'd fish it some more, show some fishing clips. Later on, after we went back and revisited these lakes and give updates and stuff like that. And they're not turning out as fast as I thought they would. The more shows we do, the more information we find. And, people are saying, hey, I'd like to see this or that. And what I'm finding out is, I thought it'd take 3 or 4 days to cover these lakes. And it takes 3 or 4 days to cover the small lakes. It may take a week and a half, 2 weeks on the road, finding good marinas in different places, things like that. More information to add to the show as things come up. I work a full-time job. I'm a father, a grandfather. I got life in general coming on, to live. And it's taken me a little bit longer than what I thought it would to do these reports and crank them out. With that said, we're still going to keep doing them. I'm not apologizing to anybody. I don't know, I want the best information out there. I want the show to be the best it can be. I don't know that I owe anybody an apology, but what I do feel like is I owe an explanation as, we're not putting a video out every week or every 2 or 3 days like a lot of these other guys. It's simply, we're going in, finding as much information as we can to bring to you if this was your first time on the lake, or in both ends of the spectrum. Whether you're a recreational fisherman like me, or you're a professional fisherman, maybe some kind of information, and it will grow as time goes on, about this lake. So with that said, let's get on with this report. Hold on to something solid, boys and girls, because we're about to talk about Lake Fork, and here we go. The facts, we're going to start off with the facts like we usually do. Lake Fork was impounded in 1980. It has a surface area of 27,264 acres. The maximum depth on Lake Fork is 70 feet. The location of Lake Fork is 5 miles northwest of Quitman, Texas. The fluctuation is moderate from 2 to 4 feet. Normal clarity is moderately clear. As far as the Lake Authority, the Lake Fork Lake Authority is the Sabine River Authority of Texas. And their address is P.O. Box 487, Quitman, Texas, 75783, and their phone number is 903-878-2262. As far as fishing on Lake Fork and other things, on largemouth bass, Lake Fork is rated excellent, and it routinely produces fish of over 13 pounds. The lake record for Lake Fork is 18 pounds, 18 ounces with a length of 25.5 inches. Lake Fork has a slot of 16 to 21 inches and a daily limit of 5. Now, I heard a rumor the other day that they are fixing to do away with the slot on Lake Fork. I don't know if that's true or not. I know it came from a pretty good source, and time will tell. But there is a rumor floating around that I caught wind of that they are going to get rid of the slot on Lake Fork. As far as white bass, the lake is rated fair to good by the state of Texas, with a lake record of 3.97 pounds and a length of 18.25 inches. The minimum length for the white bass is 10 inches, and you have a daily limit of 25. Crappie, white crappie on Lake Fork is rated good by the state of Texas. It has a lake record of 3.34 pounds, 17.5 inches. Now, as far as keepers on Lake Fork, March through November is 10 inches. There's a daily limit of 25 year-round. But December 1st through the last day of February, all catches on Lake Fork must be retained. You can't throw anything back when you catch crappie. As far as the shoreline on Lake Fork, a lake like this, you're going to see a little bit of everything. You got timber, you got grass, you got rocks, you've got docks, and you've got boat houses. And there's just a wide variety of everything on that lake. Lake Fork also has 12 fish attractors that the state has put on it, or bait attractors. This is a picture of the location of them. And here are the coordinates of them. If you want to write the coordinates down, match them up, things like that, this is what I've come up with for the coordinates of them. Also, something else, another fact about Lake Fork, Toyota has to share a Lunker Program. And in this program, a bass has to be at least 13 pounds and 21 inches long. And what I found out doing my research on Lake Fork, which I found kind of interesting, is Lake Fork produces more fish for this program than any other lake in the nation. They are #1 in the Toyota Share Lunker Program. Last I heard, Lake Fork had produced 257 fish that met the requirement to get entered into this Share Lunker Program. The second place lake, and I forgot what it was called, but the second place lake in the nation has only produced 27 fish. That's a huge difference, and that speaks of volumes for the quality of the fish that Lake Fork does produce. Something new we're going to add to the show is lake hazards. This is something that has been talked about and something we're adding. We're going to talk about the boat lanes, and the boat lanes are very good boat lanes. They're marked. They've got the white buoys like the ones you're looking at now. You shouldn't have any problems on the boat lanes. I haven't hit anything or anything like that. But once you get off the boat lanes, you need to watch what you're doing. I was fishing with a buddy the other day. We were in his boat. He had a different chip than what I had in his GPS system on his depth finder. And his chip showed, when you got away from the boat lanes, it showed maybe boat lanes that wasn't marked, but timber that had been cleared while they were making the lake, and different coves and stuff like that. And we wasn't going full blast, and even with him following that chip, the boat lanes on that chip, we still managed to clip a log or a stump down in the water. So, you know, use caution when you leave a boat lane. The lake was made expressly for fishing. It's not much of a lake you could ski on or anything like that, and so, but I've never hit anything in the boat lane. The other thing is that I came across these orange buoys close to Mustang Creek, and I wasn't sure what they were. They were breaking loose buoys, marking something else, or they were marking stumps or hazards that might be in the boat lane if the lake got down too low or something. And what I got told is these orange buoys are marking hazards that are in the boat lane for some reason or another. Whatever they are, whatever they're marking, that's what these orange buoys are doing. And I can't find any other explanation for these buoys. Lake Fork is a big lake, and you know, the weather changes pretty quick here in Texas. And high winds, it doesn't take much to get a bunch of whitecaps going on this lake. Also, another lake hazard, which I've recently discovered, believe it or not, there's gators on Lake Fork. The picture of this gator, a friend of mine from work was fishing Lake Fork and took a picture of it, put it on a Facebook post. I copied it and held on to it till I could make this report. And lo and behold, somebody else put they had a clip of a gator on Lake Fork swimming, and it looked like to me it was swimming towards a camp spot of some kind. So that is something you need to be aware of when sticking your hands in the water, things like that. Apparently we have gators on Lake Fork, and I didn't realize that until about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Another thing we're adding to the show, a lot of people have said, and I've had issues with the trolling motor before and things like that. you go if you had boat problems? So, you know, needed a repair shop or something. So what we have started doing is we have started asking around about repair shops. I'm not getting paid anything. These guys with these repair shops, these marinas recover, things like that, I don't make a dime. I don't charge anything to get on this show. I go try to find one with a good reputation, put them on the show to give you information, and I've never received a dime from anybody to be put on this show. I have a lifelong friend named Tommy, known since high school, very, very good friend of mine. And I called Tommy, he lives in Quitman, and I asked him about a boat repair shop, and Tommy is a hardcore fisherman. He's not going to let just anybody touch his boat. And the boat shop that he recommended is, there's a guy named Chuck, and Chuck owns Service Marina. His address is 149 Lake Fork Drive. Now, he's in Emory, Texas. And his phone number is 903-473-3909. And like I said, there's other boat shops there that, you know, around. There's even guys that own a mobile boat shop where they come to you. But Tommy, you know, I went to Tommy, and Tommy gave me this guy, and I called him, asked him if I could put him on the show. I've never used him. I've only talked to him on the telephone, but I've got all the confidence in the world in him simply because of Tommy. Something else, I know that there is a lake, there is a trolling motor repair shop on Lake Fork. I went to these guys 4 or 5 times. About 10 minutes before I started shooting this clip, I called them one last time and asked them if I could put them on the show. And I don't have to ask permission, you know, from these people that own these businesses, but I do it out of respect. And this is the first business that ever said no. You know, I'm gonna have to decline at this time. And I think maybe that he thought maybe I was gonna try to scam him or something. But I am going to mention to y'all, because a trolling motor issue was one of the issues I had, and at that time I didn't know that there was a trolling motor shop on Lake Fork, and I could not get my trolling motor fixed. But since then I have found one, and you can ask around, and I'm not going to give the name or number or anything. He asked me not to, and I'm not going to, but I am going to pass on that bit of information. There is a shop that deals strictly with trolling motor repairs. Another thing I usually try to do on this show is I go in and look at campgrounds and report on the shape of the campgrounds if you camp, stuff like that. Surprisingly enough, there's no campgrounds on Lake Fork that are state-run, city-run, or county-run. If you stay somewhere, you're going to have to stay on a marina or an RV park or something like that. And I've always gone and tried to find a decent marina. I found one, guys. It's a marina that I've personally done business with here lately since the first of this year, and they're a great marina. Several weeks ago, I put a report on here about Bob Salmon, and that was the first lake like this I'd fished, and I told y'all that Barefoot Marina on Bob Salmon was the marina that I judge all of the marinas by. They had set the standard. Now, it's not like that anymore. Oak Ridge Marina on Lake Fork, they are now the marina that I judge everybody by. And I've done a lot of business with them. And they're a terrific marina. They're well run. They have a motel there. The rooms are clean. You know, a couple of weeks ago, me and a friend of mine stayed there. We rented a room, wanted to get up real early, and get up fishing. And for the night, I think it cost both of us $35 to rent a clean room with clean showers, 2 queen-size beds and everything. It was about $70, and we wound up splitting $35. That $70 tab, $35 a piece, and it was well worth it. As far as the restaurant, guys, this is the best food on the lake, I believe. The restaurant's clean. The food is terrific. They've got an area in the dining room that has a beautiful view of the lake. You can go in there, eat a nice breakfast, watch the sun come up, or go in and eat dinner and look out at a nice picture of the lake. The food's great. If you put in somewhere else and you get hungry, you need to come to Oak Ridge Marina. That definitely needs to be a place to stay. As far as campgrounds, they've got campgrounds. They offer RV hookups, and they do offer tent camping. It's a well-kept campground, very nice campground. And for guys like me that tent camp, they offer restrooms and showers, and they are pretty decent. The bait store, a humongous bait store, a big selection. It's very well stocked. They've got all kinds. They've got live bait. They've got all kinds of artificial bait. They sell rods and reels and just a big assortment of things. They've got ice. They've got cold drinks. They've got snacks there to take out on the lake with you if you want to take snacks. You just can't beat it. They offer them, and last time I was there a couple of weeks ago, they are also adding boat slips. Now they didn't have the electricity run to the boat slips the last time I was there, but I took a picture of it. And and one thing was, I was there when there was some rough weather. The weather was looking rough, and the guys at the marina told me, where are you going to fish at? And I told them, well, I'm going to go someplace else to put in. I was worried about the weather. And these guys said, look, if you get into bad weather and you need us, call us. We'll come get you. You can't find service like that anywhere else. So like I said, guys, for me, this is the best marina on Lake Fork. And it's the nicest marina. It's well run. You can't ask for anything better. And I'm going to tell you something else. I've seen a lot of marinas, a lot of different lakes, big, small. And you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better marina than Oak Ridge Marina on any lake, anywhere in the United States. This is a class marina. I want to give a shout-out to an employee there also, Nick Young. Nick is also very knowledgeable on the lake. While I was doing my report, I ran into Nick, and I'd ask him different questions, and he was very knowledgeable. He told me different things on the lake. Places to check into. And Nick, I want to thank you for your help on this report, and I want to give out a shout to the owner of Oak Ridge Marina. It's a very good job. They also have a website, and I forgot to mention the website. The website at Oak Ridge Marina is very angler friendly. It gives you the lake water level, weather radar coming in. It gives you today's weather, a weather forecast. There's even a place on there where you can look for scheduled tournaments. You can rent rooms on there. It gives you all kinds of info on the lake, and there's even a section on there where you can get guides, pull up guides and stuff. So as far as to be able to get a hold of them, they are located on 2919 West State Highway 154. Quitman, Texas 757483. Their phone number is 903-878-2529. And their web address, if you want to go online and book up a room or check out their website or anything like that, is www.oakridgemarina.com. And that's a very useful deal. Got all kinds of tools on it. Alright guys, that's really about it as far as lake facts and things on Lake Fork. It's a great place to fish. If it's not on your list of places to fish, it needs to be on there. We're getting ready to close out this part of it, and we're going to show some fishing clips here later on. And I'm going to introduce a special friend later on. But before I do, I'm going to start these fishing clips. At the end of the fishing clips, I want to ask you to, if you like this, you like where this show's going, hit the like and subscribe button, especially the subscribe. The more subscribers that are on this channel, the more benefits we get from YouTube. It helps us grow, helps us do a better job for you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope we're giving you information that you can use and that you need. And with that said, before we go to the fishing clips, I'm John Maxwell. This is Next Level Fishing and Camping, and we're helping you take your game to the next level. Until then, stay safe, and I hope to see you on the water. Alright guys, we're going to start the fishing clips. This is something a little bit different I'm doing. I'm doing it this way for a couple of reasons. We've got some fishing clips coming up, and then that was made earlier on that I've had stored away. But then we're going to go, I'm going to introduce you later on. I've got a special friend I want to introduce you to, a good friend of mine. And we're also going to try to start showing where we're fishing and the baits that we're using to the best of our ability. If this comes out good, I'm hoping it'll be one of our better fishing clips showing things we catch and everything.
Got him. Come on, baby. There we go. That's a decent one. That one didn't get away. Blue fleck worm. Right there. That ain't bad. That ain't a bad fish. Got a little spot on her. Go on, baby. Got him. Got him. Holy shit.
Alright guys, I want to introduce a friend of mine that I met. He's a very good friend. And he's become, except for maybe my girlfriend Terry, I probably spend more time on the water with him than anybody else. Our friendship started back when I was riding motorcycles. I met him riding motorcycles. We developed a friendship. And then I got into bass fishing. I put on Facebook one day that I was going to the lake, asked if anybody else wanted to go. And next thing I know, I'm going by his house, picking him up. And he's been a guide off and on. He's hunted and fished all his life, been a guide on several lakes. And he's really taught me about a lot about this sport of bass fishing, and he's helped me out a lot. He's become more like a brother to me. And, you know, he's been a Marine Corps sniper, and he served his country in the Marine Corps, and he's told me a lot about some of the things he's done, and that was expected of him, and I'm going to leave it at that. After he got out of the Marine Corps, he became a deputy sheriff, and was a deputy sheriff for years. So not only has he served his country in the military, he served as a first responder. And when you have a friend like this, you know, just to pop up and say, oh, hey, here's my buddy, or I'm fishing with this guy, that's not showing my friendship with this guy the honor or the respect that I think it needs to be shown. And it's also a chance for me to stop and say, you know, to the other people in the military out there and other first responders, you know, stop and show you respect and say thank you for the job that you do to keep us safe here, whether it's abroad or here in the States. Like I said, he shared his testimony with me one time, and when there were some things going on in my life, and there had been things that had happened in my life that when he told me his testimony, he shared it with me, it was like a puzzle. It was the last puzzle of the jigsaw puzzle, and it only confirmed that things that I'd been handling in my life at that time and in the past, it only confirmed that I was doing them right. In a lot of ways, it strengthened my relationship with Christ, brought me closer, and because of his testimony, and I've seen a lot more blessings from God because of how I've kept going and applied what he has taught me through his testimony. You know, there's really, I feel sorry for anybody that doesn't have a friend like this guy. Like I said, he is like a brother. So, with that said, I got a special introduction for this guy. So, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a very special friend of mine. A guy that goes 100% all the time, whether it's work or play. He's the only guy I know that can take a relaxing sport like fishing and turn it into work. A man who has taught me everything I know about fishing and taught me to love this sport, and who because of that has got me addicted to this sport. And now that I stand on the edge of bankruptcy, when I do have to go to bankruptcy court over this sport, I plan on dragging him with me. I figure he got me addicted to it. It's only fair that he pay his fair share of the bills from it. A man who is a legend in his own mind, who is adored and loved by millions all over the world. I want to introduce to you guys my very good friend, Charlie Witt, or simply known as Sarge. And here we go.
Today, we're fishing with my best friend, the world's greatest redneck, a man who got me hooked on this, that I plan on dragging to bankruptcy court with me to help pay the bills when I had to file bankruptcy. He got me addicted. A man known and adored by millions all over the world as Sarge, my best friend, Charlie Witt.
How y'all doing?
Say hi, Charlie.
How y'all doing?
And then, oh God, I got a big one. All right, here we go. I hit it twice. I should have dropped this tip down in the freaking water. I wonder if I lost him. I got that one lost on camera. I hope I did. Okay. I'm using a Watermelon Red Magic Baby Brush Hog, but I'm not dipping it in the red paint like Sarge did. So we may be on to a color.
Yeah.
We may be on to a color. Alright. There he is. Yep, we're rolling. We're rolling. You need a net? There's another lake fork fish. Now you may have to speak up because I don't know that this camera can do. But another lake fork fish.
There he is, right there.
There you go.
Watermelon green magic.
With a slice of Italian.
Here Yamamoto.
Hey, hang on. What you're telling me sticking. All right, I got you. Oh yeah. You need a net? All right. Pretty good one.
Beautiful little lake fork baby.
What color was that Cinco you were using?
Watermelon red magic.
All right.
Let's see how deep he ate that. See how deep he took a hook down?
Yeah.
They just eat it. Perfect little Texas ring bite. I seen the line quick, crank down on it. It was a little bitty one, but it's a bass. Now, what I'm doing with these Cincos, and I've done this as I started fishing this particular color.
Yeah.
I'll take a pinch on just barely each end.
I think I'm getting you.
Okay. Just barely each end. A little red garlic. I believe most of these bass are Italian.
Yeah, that's freaking going on YouTube.
They like garlic.
That is freaking going on YouTube, baby. Get one. Or hit another one. Yep. Okay, camera's rolling again. So let me ask you a question. What made you decide to try this red on here? And you know, you showed me the chartreuse. I've always dipped the chartreuse when I thought I needed to. I've got one. I think it's more of a pink than a dark red. What was your deciding factor in trying the red?
Absolute truth.
Yeah.
Old man told me.
All right, got me another one. Okay, let me get him off here. Yeah, boy, he hit it too. You got your pliers? All right, guys. He's a little one, but there's another lake fork fish. Now, Sarge is using a watermelon green magic, and I am in a Cinco, and I'm using a watermelon green magic in a baby brush hog. But after Sarge showed me dipping the tail in red, what he's doing to his, I dipped my tail in that red, and that's what I caught him on. So that might be something to think about on the dips. Guys, number did you? I missed him. All right. That's a pretty good one. There's another one.
Beautiful lake fork dock bass.
Look on his side.
Yeah.
I caught one like that the other day.